If one day there was no one for you to hate, would you be able to be alone? This is the story of a woman who used revenge to build her reputation. Every word she typed made the whole world turn to look at her. But no one knew that what she gained was at the cost of something that could never be undone. And when she realized it, the only thing that still loved her was gone, without her ever having the chance to apologize.
The notification sound wasn't just a sound. It was something that pulled her out of the void, like something inside. I was hungry, and the only thing that could calm it was the lit screen in her hand. She immediately pressed the unlock button. Just a quick glance. Is anyone talking about me again? Comments flowed like a river. Words became weapons. And each time she pressed send, she felt like she was regaining some kind of power. Unbeknownst to her, it was slowly consuming her from the inside. She chuckled softly. It'll hurt a little, but the world needs to know what you're like. In another corner of the room, there was a voice that was never loud enough to drown out the notification sound. A voice calling her name, weakly. But for her, now, it was just a voice that could wait, and she didn't know that some voices were not meant to wait. Her mother coughed, her body trembling. "Taidy, have some water, honey." "Just a sec, Mom." She didn't see herself as hurting anyone. In her mind, it was her duty, the duty of someone brave enough to reveal what others wouldn't. And that thought made her believe she was right. If I don't do it, who will? Someone has to tell the truth. She didn't lie completely, but she chose to tell only the parts that would make the story more intense. Images were edited to make them more realistic. Words were arranged to make them more painful, until the truth became something no one questioned. The whole truth is boring. It has to be told in a way that makes people feel it. Then they'll believe it. Voices from the online world rang out simultaneously, not to find the truth, but to find someone to blame. And when so many people believed the same thing, she became even more certain that she hadn't done anything wrong. More! Expose it all! Taidy smiled. See? I wasn't imagining things. In the room with a faint scent of medicine, something was slowly cooling down. Not just the food on the table, but the intimacy, slowly fading away. Mom tried to sit up. Her hands trembled, the spoon clinking against the plate. "Taidy, can you help me, please?" Taidy's fingertips were typing rapidly. "Wait a minute, I'm about to post something important." Mom looked at her, as if trying to remember her daughter's face more clearly. More important than me? Taidy's fingers paused for a moment, but she didn't look up. "It helps other people, Mom." "And what about the people right here?" The question wasn't loud, but it was heavy enough to stop everything, if she chose to listen. But sometimes the correctness in our heads was louder than the truth in front of us. Mom tried to smile. "I don't want much. I just want you to sit here without rushing off." Taidy sighed deeply. "Mom, the world doesn't revolve around us." Mom nodded gently. "Yes, but for me, the world once only had one child." The sound of a spoon falling to the floor, very soft. But sometimes the softest thing is the heaviest in the heart. But she chooses not to turn back to look, because in her world now, there is always another voice that is louder. Taidy's chat room was filled with posts. Multiple tabs were open. The truth wasn't what she was telling, but what she was formatting to make it emotionally impactful enough so that no one wanted to question it. If I'm going to tell a story, it has to be able to make people angry in 5 seconds, she said to herself. A notification from a friend rang out. "You're making people hate him without him having a chance to speak. Did others have a chance when he did it? It's not the same. It's all the same, except now I'm the one holding the mic." Sometimes what we call justice might just be a fleeting moment when we stand on the side with the louder voice. She pressed post. A few seconds later, the world was ablaze. "Dig deeper! Don't let him get away! His has to be destroyed!" Taidy smiled faintly. The online world doesn't need the whole truth. It needs stories that evoke feelings. And the stronger the feeling, the more people want to watch. Unbeknownst to anyone, that igniting story was actually burning someone. She paused briefly. "And I gave it to them." In the middle of the night, the lights in the room were still on. Taidy sat with her knees hugged to her chest. The screen was lit, filled with the voices in her head. She scrolled through them repeatedly, as if searching for something that the more she searched, the less she found. Why isn't it enough? Just a little more. She tried to turn off the screen. When the screen went dark, silence filled the air. And in that silence, her heart pounded inexplicably. She began to hear what she had been trying to escape all along, until she had to quickly turn it back on, like someone afraid of disappearing. "Wait, it's too quiet. Okay, I'm still here." The voices in her head grew louder. What if one day no one cares? What if no one wants her anymore? She immediately typed a new post, more forceful, deeper. But before pressing send, she paused. Am I saving the world, or just afraid of being forgotten? That question popped up for a moment before being swallowed by habit. She didn't know the answer. Or maybe she didn't want to know, because in the end, her finger still chose to press post again. The morning, which should have been filled with notification sounds, was silent, as if nothing had ever happened. The world kept spinning, but no one called her name anymore. Taidy sat still. Her eyes began to tremble. Something must be wrong. Why is there no one? She tried to speak louder, stronger, refreshing the page again and again, hoping someone would turn around and look. She typed a new post. People like this are still getting away with it. Are you really okay? But sometimes silence was the clearest answer. Someone has to see this. This is enough. There was no reply. The world went on, without her. Her mother's voice came from the bed. "Taidy, help me." Taidy half sat up, but her phone vibrated slightly. She turned back. "Just one more post, then I'll be all right." Her mother struggled to hold onto the edge of the bed, breathing heavily. "It's okay, honey. I can wait." The word wait became the last word she heard from her mother that day. Between the voice that was once the loudest in her world and the voice closest to her, she chose again. Unbeknownst to her, some opportunities aren't repeated. The silence in the room was so heavy it was hard to breathe. Taidy walked in slowly. "Mom? I'm done." "Mom?" Some silences don't mean peace, but they are an emptiness, a lack of response. And in that moment, she began to feel that something wasn't the same. She held her mother's hand, cold, too cold. "Mom, don't play like this." Her voice began to tremble. "Mom, stop, I'm here." She called. She shook her gently, then harder. She tried everything, as if time could turn back, but reality never waits for anyone, and some moments don't offer any second chances. She slumped beside the bed. "I just need a little more time." On the table was a notebook. The last page read, If one day I'm gone, please be able to be with yourself. You don't have to be talented, you don't have to be famous, just don't hurt yourself. Tidy's tears flowed silently. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. The short message on the page weighed more heavily than any word she had ever spoken, and finally she understood that, not intending to hurt anyone, it doesn't mean no one will get hurt. She delved deeper into the story of the victim. This time she wasn't searching to attack, but to understand. And the more she read, the image she once believed began to crumble, bit by bit. I tried to explain, but no one wanted to listen. The truth isn't black or white, but it's been simplified so people can judge faster. And in that game, she used to be the storyteller, but now she knows that the stories she told might actually make someone disappear. He wasn't entirely like that. And after that day, he disappeared. Rumors circulated that he attempted suicide. Taidy's hands trembled. What have I done? The same room, but no sound remained. Taidy sat alone. No enemies, no one watching, no one called her name. The loudest thing was the silence, and in that silence, she began to see what she had been trying to avoid seeing all along. This is it, what I've been running from. She tried to pick up her phone, but dropped it. If I have no one to hate, what will I have left? The answer emerged cruelly. The truth that I don't want to face. Images from the past flooded back, not for her to remember, but for her to confront. The words she once used became voices echoing back at her. She clenched her fists. I hate the world. She stopped. Her voice softened. Or maybe I really hate myself. Her clenched fists began to tremble. She slowly loosened them, slowly as if accepting something. In the past, I wasn't fighting. I was just running away. Tears fell onto her hand. This time, no one saw and no one needed to see. When she stopped running away, she began to see the truth, that everything that had happened wasn't a fight, but it was an attempt to escape from something within herself. And this time, she chose not to run away anymore. She deleted everything, not because she wanted to start over and look good, but because she didn't want to hurt anyone anymore. And in that silence, she began to hear her own voice. For the first time in a long time, she spoke softly, "Enough. I won't hurt anyone again." Letting go hurts more than revenge. But this time, it's not a destructive pain. Mom, I finally understand. Letting go isn't defeat, but it's letting go of something we're holding onto too tightly. Even though it hurts, it opens up space for something better to come in. And the final question she left for herself was, if we don't let go, how can we have enough room for happiness? Letting go isn't giving up. It's accepting that some wars only lead to more loss the more you fight. Revenge never truly fills anyone's void. It only keeps us busy filling, until we forget that inside we are already empty. If one day there's no one for you to hate, will you still be able to tolerate yourself? And what you call justice, is it saving the world, or is it just making you feel meaningful? Ultimately, what you hold on to tightest may not be what protects you, but what is destroying you little by little.